Good morning, good morning. It's another one of those days where I start off by not realizing my stream hasn't started, so I was just yapping to myself for a couple minutes. You'll love to see those. But now we're in, ready to go, getting music on. And hey Spike, hey Vignac, hey Frank, Leon, Jay Gary, the gang's here. Let me start the screen share. And let's head in. You could be the PR guy, Sen. What kind of PR would I need? I understand as the #1 Clan Capital player, I'm a front-facing public figure with a lot of influence, and everyone wants to be like me, and I get all the ad sponsorships and brand deals, but I've been able to manage the fame on my own well enough. I'm just like you and the rest of y'all. I don't let all the fame get to my head. I don't let all the female attention make me think I'm a bigger man than I really am. Sen, do you think 6,500 trophies is possible? It's not. It's literally not possible unless you defensive farm, which Balloon Skies doesn't do. I believe the only way you can do it is through defense. Any PR is good PR? True. Cause do you know that McDonald's situation where the CEO was trying to promote their new burger and then just takes the smallest bite like he's disgusted with his own product? Yeah, that was good PR because I'm pretty sure their burgers are now selling more than ever. So usually you can make any PR work. That's one slow friggin' Sparky. The little bite. Didn't he call it like a big bite for a great burger or whatever? And then he shows the burger to the camera and it's like the tiniest nibble. And I don't even know if he swallowed. He probably was like holding it in his mouth, and then once the cameras rolled off, he just finds the nearest trash can and just hurls everything. Okay, that wizard is disgusting. I might be in trouble, boys. Oh my god, that's so bad. Bro, how does my wizard always do this? That's crazy. Well, that's a -2 barb kind of wizard. Yikes. Well, that Tesla's gonna be a problem because this is a max Goblin Mines. I don't blame it. I wouldn't eat it either. I haven't had McDonald's in so long. I think the last time I really had McDonald's frequently was when I was a kid, and then my dad used to buy us McDonald's when he was too lazy to make food, or like when we went out and stuff. But after like elementary school, 3rd grade-ish, the next time I had McDonald's was when I went to like a McDonald's that was right next to my school in high school with some friends. And it was better than it used to be. I'll give them that, but it wasn't like... It wasn't crazy, and they increased their prices a lot. Give that man a break. His mouth is sore giving BJ's. I don't know anything about the McDonald's CEO. Is he known for climbing the corporate ladder through favors? The first time I heard of him was this incident where he made his product look disgusting. Does my Sparky survive one Tesla shot? I think we're still good. Yeah, we should be good at 4 barbs. I used to eat Burger King, but rarely Mickey D's. Yeah, the Burger King guy kind of mogged him though. Although I didn't really love the Burger King video either. After the McDonald's one, where they kind of epic failed, when the rest of those fast food joints try to make copies of him and like quote unquote do it good, they just felt super corporate and sanitized. I like the raw McDonald's CEO. He's a millionaire. He doesn't eat that shit on a regular basis. You know, when he took a bite out of that burger, his taste buds were screaming in agony. They just opened an In-N-Out here in Nashville? Yo, that's big. I hear that whenever they open In-N-Outs, there's like big lines, and it's like a big celebration. Yeah, you'll never get that kind of reception with a McDonald's. Sorry, no. McDonald's comes to your hometown, everyone runs. $15 Rams is probably okay. Or maybe we want more barbs because of this bot side. This try and kill is kind of complicated. I can't lie. I'll go Idrex. Never tried In-N-Out. It's a southern thing? Not really. Okay, I'll be honest here too. I've never tried In-N-Out either, but it's kind of around the country and it's super popular because their quality is supposed to be really good, really top notch. But I've never been a fast food connoisseur to begin with. Yeah, I decided to just wait out some of those traps. Normally I drop that Sparky faster. But yeah, you don't want to take that much damage from traps. Bro, how did both cannons hit me? That's crazy. Bro, we're getting kind of wrecked here. Well, at least there's no more damage, right? Okay, I think we have to reach this though. Hopefully that covers peak. Okay, Sparky's wrecked. Oh my god, that was not good. Look, if we can get everything down here, we are being chillin'. Actually, I don't know. We kind of needed that last shot from Sparky. Infernos are kind of low because I think I zapped and rage shot them, meaning I think one more zap takes them out. But if we got one more shot with Sparky, we could have easily graveyard hog finished this. This is now a little more complex. Well, at least get all the defensive troops, that is good. We'll see. So what do you think trophy maximum can be reached if 1.83 loot every week? Currently have best ever 64.66. So the max, if you don't defensive farm, is around 64.90. But at this point, the moment we have a bad week, it's Jover, by the way. It's Jover. Oh, I don't get Bomb Tower? I was really hoping I get Bomb Tower. That would have been so good. It's tragic. Well, he can zap the Infernos, which also stuns the peak. Man, that's a lot of splash, though. Let's see if we got enough. Defense affects trophies. It only affects them a little bit compared to offense, but once you reach like optimal offense, at that point only defense can boost you, right? Like if you're reaching cap every week, the only thing that will get you more trophies is defense. This is kinda... What about this Tesla? Alright, it's not one shot from Sparky. I think we have to start Sparky on this bomb tower. Because if we start in the middle here, it's cooked. Then we'll rage. Here, probably frost here. 4 wizards. This could be doable, but it's gonna be hard. 2 content creators in the chat. That's right, Luca is a content creator now. Alright, so I think I ram here, Barb, chip down the bomb tower. Frost these defenses, rage here. It's possible, but this is gonna be a hard finish. Let's see it. Sam, what are your thoughts on slavery? Well, as a proud American, don't we do that kind of thing all around the world? Like, I'm pretty sure Nike has slaves, and all of our clothing brands have slaves too. So it seems a little holier than thou for a pure-blooded American to be against slavery. Oh my god, wait. Please, don't splash me. Oh my god. Ow. Oh. Those wizards somehow didn't get splashed. Wait, pause. I think we got it. But we kind of wasted a lot of rams. From panicking. There's only 2-point defenses left though. Why does the Barb go for that rapid rocket? Bro, okay, I think we're still fine. That's crazy, Barb. I think we got him though. Let's ram for cleanup over here. Yeah, Sparky has enough. Should you Archer and Wizard Graveyard? I think there's just too many defenses in the way of the peak. Sparky did make sense, but of course our first attack was a little sloppy though. Do need to be careful about time though. If there's a lot of bombs out here, could be bad. So I will actually hold. I'll hold my last Barb just in case. I need to see where it goes. I hate this interaction. Like Sparky's through the wall because she splashed with... You broke the wall and you're not going through it now. Okay, at least you're not hitting another wall. Will BS get new trophy record? I don't know. Right now, this week is not looking great. We started with 4 bad clans. That Barb has higher IQ than iDrags. I will never disrespect the Barbarian that much. This guy, he does not have pink inside that skull. That skull is just all white and red. Not a single piece of brain matter in there. Alright, let's see. 8.8k, that's probably doable. I'll try it. This looks... have fun. This is real bad too, it looks like. Yeah, it's real bad. And then this is default. All right, we'll try Builder's Workshop. It is actually level 3, which is interesting. You're supposed to balloon the start, go right side, barb down this air bombs. And just try to make your way right, but you're gonna get pulled into the middle and then skip this top section, it looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna do something that looks kind of troll, and I'll explain it in a second. But just believe in the process, it's not troll. Sen knows what is what he's doing, alright? Sen knows what he's doing. Okay, so we're gonna do balloon at the start to just get through these first couple of defenses, and hopefully it can do a shot on the giant cannon so we can one-shot that with Sparky. Well, I guess that doesn't work when there's a zap. Barb chip that down. I should have been faster on this barb actually. Never mind. We're not going to do what I was planning on doing. I was planning on chipping down the first spear. To let Sparky go up. But we have a fast Sparky. Maybe we can work without that. Oh, that Sparky pushback pushed her back into the zap, but then because she's a fast Sparky, she doesn't get hit by that. That's an interesting interaction. Barb chip down this multi-cannon. Barb cheap down these Blaze Bow. And it's all on whether we got enough time. Pull the zap there. We just have to let ourselves get hit by that zap. Time's the only thing that matters. Alright, that's totally fine. We have 4 rams. Sparky should have enough time to go all the way back around. Yeah, I wanted to chip down this wizard tower so Sparky went up so she wouldn't have to backtrack, but then I figured because I have a fast Sparky, it doesn't matter. Sam, would CC die when you quit? I don't know if I have that much influence, but I will say there has been a lot of quitting. Not sure how much it can survive at this point. I mean, they did just share a bundle with a bunch of CC house parts for free. I was wondering about that. Has the CC house bundles ever made a big impact on CC popularity? I always assumed that no one ever cared about those besides like super hardcore Clan Capital enjoyers. Like, I've never seen r/Reddit or r/COC ever talk about the clan houses. Or am I crazy? What clan am I in? Alright, I'll do Sen 20 and then Sen 12. So this is a modified internet base. Why would you do something like this? If you can kill the dragon, you might have a good chance. So we'll see if we can do that. Yeah, even hardcore players don't care about that? Yeah. I'm not saying that all hardcore players. I'm saying like the only ones I've seen are the super hardcore players. And even then, it ain't big. It ain't a big following. Now we can go Golem here. But I think Sparky is probably better in this case. I think it's gonna be Rage Haste, which is a really awkward spell combo. But you gotta make do with what you got sometimes, so let's try this. Send drinking? I don't drink. I've never had alcohol, besides church communal wine. Wait, does the giant target the wall towards the right? Because it's a problem if it doesn't. Okay. Didn't realize there was a Tesla there. Oh my gosh, this is rough. Oh no, the Sparky's getting targeted. We gotta barb chip down this. Alright, we got the barb chip. Man, my Sparky got fried. Oh, and double bomb. Okay, I think this is too much. This is too much. All right, we'll see. We'll look at this for 1 second. If I see a kill, we can try it. But I think this card up that's a death sentence. This one's not good. The pathing for Sparky wasn't good enough. The Tesla kind of wrecked me. That's a brutal one. Next one's easy. Alright, let's see it. So, would you ever dress up as a drag queen? Not really. I ain't into that. I don't do any cosplay either. Interesting base. Inferno Tower on the outside's pretty free. Yeah, this one's pretty easy. This is actually really easy. He says as he's about to throw. Let's do this. Boo. What about furry? I don't know how you go from I wouldn't do drag and then ask, but would you do furry, as if being a furry is somehow better than drag. I'm pretty sure in like a Venn diagram, everyone who would dress as a furry would have zero problems with dressing drag. But it's not the other way around. You know how like a square is always a rectangle, but a rectangle isn't always a square? That's kind of how I see it. But I have to say though, there is a lot of money in furry crap. Like pretty much all art commissions these days are just furry. The furries are willing to spend on their art. But you have good skin. Does good skin matter for cosplay? I always assume that you can make anything work with makeup. If you're just good enough with makeup, that's all that matters. Or are there genetics at play when it comes to cosplay? So I forgot to bring minions to kill the giants afterwards. That's not great. And we just missed that zap timing, because, you know, that's not great either. But it don't really matter. It don't really matter. What if the other female furry was really hot? You know, that's the thing with cosplay. It's less so about how good your cosplay is, and more so about how hot you are naturally. Like, if you're naturally really hot, people like your cosplay. It's crazy how that works, right? This world is all about how attractive you are physically. It's not about what's on the inside, it's about what's on the outside. Only Giga Chads can dress up as furries. Is Luca secretly a furry when he's not a content creator? And why is it even so trendy? Like, if I look at Twitter or Blue Sky and look up what kind of art gets popular there, I swear to God, half of it is furry OCs. I don't understand where all the furries are coming from, but they're out here in droves. Looks maxing? I don't think that's how that works. I don't think people are looks maxing with furry cosplay. At least I have not seen that meta yet. But it is kind of crazy how far people are willing to go for looks maxing. Like, we used to, as a society, frown on things like steroids and really unhealthy drugs that had really bad long-term effects on your health. But now if you're not using those, you're falling behind. Falling behind the times. I love modern society. Minions here. Screw WB Gates? Is that supposed to be Bill Gates? WB Yeats? I have no idea what that is. You can't be single forever. Be adventurous. Jay Gary, is this how you met your wife? At a furry cosplay convention? You were a degenerate and then the furry cosplay Brought you back to the light, brought you back to Jesus. Dressing up as Barney the dinosaur is how you met your mother. Lol, no. Wait, this clan is out on raid 14. Damn, they're fast. Alright, Circle Gladiator, what you got? Ooh, maxed. Max default. Couple max defaults. It's pretty good for them. Alright, let's see what Sem 15 has. Someone pulled the fire alarm at a furry cosplay convention in Boston not too long ago. Why would you harass the furries? What did they do to you? They were just trying to get freaky in some Chihuahua cosplays. Rude and uncalled for. Alright, so you can frost this. Sparky makes a lot of sense. Star on the right side with the Haze Frost. It's CH9, so I'm not gonna overthink this too much. Nah, WB Yeats was the idiot who used to write a crap load of things about inner beauty is superior to the outside and is the only thing that makes someone beautiful. Yeah, that kind of message does not work in modern society. Anyone who wants to talk about things that you can't immediately change about yourself overnight, get them out of here. Like, we don't need your propaganda. We want low cortisol levels, all the supplements. We want to look age 50 by the age 30 once all is said and done, just so we can look a little bit more pretty for TikTok virality. That is the future of our species. Anyone trying to promote healthy lifestyles, get them out of here. That's poison to the youth. Modern day commies. Alright, we hog so we can one-shot RA. Frost all this. Oh, shoot. Okay. Wait, the Sparky tiny bit of pushback gets her outside of peak range, so the peak never shoots. Alright. Sparky's going to finish off the Crusher, then we'll use some Rams. Or just one Ram and then Giants. But yeah, we're just gonna shop around the base. And then we already have a Frost down for the peak. So we're looking really solid. Barb here. Send the server is dying. Can we bring the trolls back? Who are the trolls we need to bring back? I've always been the kind of person who says the trolls can live. But don't worry. Once my manga blows up, everyone, that will herald a new age of Clan Capital and the Send server. Just give me like about a year, and then we're back in business. Sap reset here. We'll get the multi-cannon in. This is pretty much EG. There's nothing left, and we have the Frost down. Like, we probably don't even need any more spells at this point. Just believe in the Sen manga. Sparing all previous war criminals. Which war criminals have been banned that we need to bring back? That's, I think, the greater question. What greater evils must be returned for our survival? Infinity and Duvrik. Wait, why is Infinity banned? Isn't Infinity trying to get back? Or is he not? Or is Infinity finally done? I swear to God, Infinity's banned every other day. What about giving power to people who abuse it so drama arises? I'm not giving mod to Infinity. We can bring him back, but he's not getting mod. There's a line we have to draw. There is a moral line we need to place in the sand. As long as that Inferno Tower doesn't ramp up on us, our golem is a-okay. GG. Then what's your opinion about Discord age verifications coming globally? Has anyone gotten the Discord age verification notices? I heard a lot about it, but I haven't seen it on mine yet. I'm assuming that they just know that I'm of age or whatever, and they don't check. But I mean, isn't everyone just gonna lie about their age like they do on every other 18 plus site? I don't understand what's different this time. They postponed it? I know there's a lot of controversy about that. Isn't the reason why they're postponing it, or the reason why they even brought it up in the first place, is because the UK is a bunch of snowflakes? We gotta get Barb to do something about his country. They want age verification. My understanding of it is that they want to have more control over people's information, like private information, so they can advertise or sell it to brokers, whatnot, but yeah, that's super stupid. I don't know why so many companies are just trying to shoot themselves in the foot and race to the bottom. You need an FC ID for the Discord verification and an actual picture. That's retarded. If Discord does that, that'll kill their platform. No joke. What's the official reason that they're saying they want to do that? Obviously, it's not going to be, we want your information. It's going to be something like, we want to protect children, or whatever the hell they use all the time. We got to protect the kids online, and then never prosecute the Epstein assailants, you know? All that friggin' bullshit. This is a little bit complicated, but we'll give this a go. Data, money, right. There's a lot of money in your data, and being able to sell it. Companies salivate over your data. Giant's probably okay. Let's try this. It's gonna be hard. There's also massive NSFW on Discord servers. I understand that there's a lot of corners of the internet that people would rather not be there. Like there's grooming, there is PDF-philia. I mean, for God's sakes, Epstein was trying to get on Xbox Live. to try to reach some of those kids. But you just have to remember, protecting the kids is never the actual reason. Because if they actually wanted to protect kids, and especially the US government, I mean, we've been running a full underage blackmail sex trafficking ring in the US. Like, the idea that your lawmakers are going to tell you that they're on the moral high ground after what they've been doing all these years, you know better. Not just as Americans, but as anyone with a brain around the world. They don't care about protecting anyone but their own interests. The moment it becomes advantageous for them to sell out, you know, Bill Clinton and DJT for political gain, they'll do it. Otherwise, they'll let them go rampant. They don't care. It's a bit awkward here, huh? Timing is going to be hard. This giant here. We have a minute on the clock. I think that's gonna be rough. That center was hard to kill quickly. There was a time when there was a breach in Discord's database and it was revealed that they had over 70k FCIDs of users stored without their knowledge. Yeah, that's not surprising. I mean, this is also why you don't want to give anyone your personal information on the internet. It's so easy for hackers to exploit. And you really think that the companies who want your personal data actually are going to keep it safe? Get that out of here. They're cutting corners wherever they can to try to save money. Man, this is rough. Do we have it? Oh, I think we got it. Big. You don't hear about Diddy anymore? I mean, Diddy's an innocent man, right? The man clobbered his girlfriend in a hotel with a video out there that the whole world has seen. The man's not getting any time behind bars. He's chilling, bro. He's chilling in his Manhattan penthouse, probably with 500 bottles of baby oil that the feds didn't even find. He's chilling, bro. Chilling. Well, it's obviously a golem. It's gonna be a little bit complicated to go all the way left, but let's see if we can. We'll try our best to. Sen, you watch football? Are you talking about the freedom football? Or are you talking about the third world country soccer kind of football? Which one is it? The based freedom Giga Chad? 20 dudes on the field getting physical on each other? Or the British kind of weakling football? How many counts do I have? I have 70. I would love to frost I can't hold it. I have to use it like this. Wait, how did the Inferno Tower lock my Golem and not the Ram? That's crazy, bro. Well, good thing we frosted that. Bro. Golem, can you not get in range of that Inferno Tower this entire time? Okay. Wait, there's no way he's going to the other one. There's no shot. Bro. That's insane. Bro, my Golem, why? Why? And he doesn't... Bro, how much HP is... Oh no, we got wrecked. We got wrecked. Alright, let's see if this is enough though. Actual football, why does it sound gay? I mean, if you think about it, you can make any sport sound gay though. But yeah, American football, I ain't into it. So many smart troops. Yeah, that was horrendous. Also, our matchmaking is just... It's just bad. You can probably minions the blast bow if you frost the peak. Two eye drags. Man, it's gonna be so hard to not time fail this, but we'll try our best. Let's go. TF, you can make any sport sound gay. Alright, give me a sport. Give me a sport. Tennis is a bunch of dudes furiously whacking balls at each other. Back and forth, back and forth. You want to go? I can make any sport gay. But like the top of that is probably American football. Definitely wrestling. Alright. Golem. You're gonna have to lock in. Eye Dragon, big. Goes for the Giant Cannon next. Okay, this is gonna sound so American, but I don't even know what polo is. Is it kind of like golf? Also, chess is not a sport. I don't care what the dictionary says. We can all agree that chess doesn't really fit the normal person's definition of a sport. Quidditch? Come on, Battles. You can't be giving me ones that easy. It's literally a bunch of dudes on brooms. Wait. I think I can minions this, right? Minions here. Bars on the outside. Hog Rider to kill the spear. It's a bunch of dudes riding their brooms, chucking balls at each other. And I mean, just look at the name, right? Just the name sounds gay. How's that gay? Dudes riding rods is not gay. Battles, your imagination isn't strong enough. You can make any sport, no matter how masculine it is. You can make it sound gay. Bro ignores MMA. You know, MMA is a little bit harder, I'll admit. The main entertainment value of MMA is watching chicks beat the shit out of each other. It's kind of funny how one of the only sports where women have the edge on men when it comes to viewership is the sport where women are not trying to team up together and trying to get along to achieve a common goal, but like the sport where they're literally beating the shit out of each other. That's great. That's great. Wait, do we have a good one? I mean, isn't Ronda Rousey like the highest paid MMA fighter of all time? The appeal of MMA for females is like all your life guys are told you can't beat up, you can't lay your hands on women. And so I feel like MMA, at least the female one, it gives people something that they're missing all their life. It's like something that they didn't know they need to have. Like all those brats in public, all those Karens, you just imagine that Karen getting beat up by Ronda Rousey. I think that awakens something in a lot of people. Alright, Skeleton Park is cooked. We'll do Goblin Mines real fast. There's no way you can make ear pull sound gay. I don't know what that is. How do you make CC sound gay? CC is the straightest activity. It's not a sport. But if you were ever questioning if your son was gay or your daughter was gay, just have them attacking Clan Capital. If they're good at Clan Capital, they're as straight as a ruler. It's an activity for the straightest of men. Pure testosterone. Said, have you ever watched Power Slap? They take turns slapping each other in the face. I have. I've seen Moist Critical and him watching Power Slap. That's a pretty. I'll say it's not my kind of sport. I like sports that have a lot of technique, like basketball, and have a lot of skills. You know, where you can outplay your opponent. So I don't like sports like swimming, where it's just about who's physically tougher or who has bigger lung capacity. I also don't like baseball, where it's a dude who's trying to throw as fast as they can versus a dude who's trying to hit as well as they can. Like, I don't like sports that are really binary and one-dimensional. So it's like field hockey on a horse? Yeah, I don't know what polo is. So I couldn't tell you the first thing. Clan Capital is just a few guys in a clan that play with each other. Well, I mean, if you put it that way, there are some solo clans in Clan Capital, though. Sex is a sport? What is a sport even defined as? If chess is called a sport, then what is like the dictionary definition of a sport? I mean, there's gotta be something more to it that I don't understand. How the muffin, did that not get censored? Sex got censored, but I just loved it through. Like, I don't care about that word. Did someone else meet me? Actually, I don't even remember. I've been just yapping. No. We're good to go in Blue Skies. Wait, this is default. So, they fixed every single default one-shot besides Wizard Valley. And there's a way that you do Wizard Valley now that I've been running with. I don't know if there's a better way to do this, but let me show you. Hello, SK. Gungi? How is Gungi gay? I don't know what Gungi is. Is that like an Asian sport? It sounds kind of Chinese. Yeah, you just go late barrel. Oh, Wizard Tower wasn't one shot, whatever. Come on, Balloon Skies. Well, we're at the point where every single week... Okay, so what we do is we don't use the barrel on the spear thrower, and then we just barrel barb up ahead. And that usually works. So if you don't barrel that spear thrower, your Sparky pushes herself back and the pathing remains the same. Blue Skies is at the point where if there's ever a bad week, we take a minus 50. So we'll see how far we can go. Why did SK call you daddy? Some people do that. Don't ask me. I think they probably have some unresolved family traumas that they come to this stream with, and you know, I ain't gonna judge. Oh wait. Let's just barrel now then. Are you missing something? No, I do not have a fleet of baby mamas. I understand that it's easy to get that impression that I am such a lady killer and I have 20 baby mamas. When you really think about it, how much Clan Capital gamers pull in the dating scene, like it makes sense, obviously, but I have not gone the baby mama route. No. How is a bad weekend determined? At this point, I have to hit 1.83 million loot every week, otherwise it's cooked. Wait, they opened a gate towards that cart. Pause. We actually have to kill that cart. It's very easy to confuse Clan Capital gamers with as people who have many kids around the neighborhood. They moved one Inferno. Is it cooked because they did that one thing? There's no way, right? They also moved this. I think it's cooked. Aw, hell no. If your mom finds out, she's going to kick you out. I've said this before. My mom only kicks me out if I have a girlfriend. No one said that your baby mamas need to be your girlfriend. Oh, this is so rough. When's the Goonathon stream? Never. Although people, I believe, have been doing that since the start. So I don't know. I don't know what the opinion on that is. This is probably cooked though. That Inferno Tower is nasty. I don't understand how you're even supposed to play against that. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Read your message battles. Ear pull is a sport where two people of opposite gender sit in two different chairs with a string attached to their ears. It's a game of endurance and self-defense. Bro, what? Oh god. Wait, is that what I think it is? Like you're literally pulling off each other's ears? Why does that make me think it's like a Russian sport? Or like two Russian dudes who are like drunk off whiskey are pulling at each other's ears. That's horrible. Who devised such a horrid idea? That has to be a sport by and for Vladimir Putin. Yeah, I have no idea how you play around that Inferno, by the way. Bro, Sparky goes down. Oh, it's over. Yeah, that Inferno Tower is ripped. That's such a rough placement. Rip. And the trash huts weren't great for me. Russian roulette. Listen, that. Oh, wish I didn't read that. That is disturbing. Obviously male. I'm pretty sure like 90% of this chat is male. Right now I'm playing at Balloon Skies, who's not having great matchmaking this week. But we had a decent plan now. I don't know, but it's a real sport now. Make it sound gay. Bro, I don't even know, man. I don't know what it is. If it's just pulling each other's ears with other ears, but Jesus, that is disturbing. Sun 21 if you have time. Yeah, we'll do that after the speak. Got him. Listen, you win battles, you win. I guess literally ripping off each other's ears is... Sure. Is that like a sport where you can only play it one time or like 2 times depending on if you win or lose? Like... I don't understand that. At least like the slap competitions, you might get a concussion, but you'll be back and ready to go in a couple weeks. But with the ear pulling, if you pull off your own, oh, like if you lose, is your career over in that sport? Like you have to be undefeated in order to keep playing. Alright, we can do this. We really want to pull out the dragon if possible. I'm going to go double rage. Earpull is just a guy who is gay, but he's playing with a girl. So it's guy versus girl? Is that what I read from your breakdown of the sport? In ear pulling, does a guy or a girl have an advantage? Like, do guys have like more attached earlobes? Or is it one of the sports with a very neutral gender playing field? Nice, we got the pull. Okay. We have 13 rams, 4 bars. 4 bars should be good. Because our Sparky actually can kill most of the trash buildings. So first I want to let these barbs die because they can pull some traps. And I think Sparky's outside of range of the giant cannon blast bow anyway. So I don't want Sparky to get splashed by the ram barbs. Bro, there's no way. Sparky goes there, not for the air defense. Are you for real here? Well, that is a Sen Rage, if we've ever seen a Sen Rage. Okay. Just gotta let Sparky eat some damage. Can't really tank that blast bow. Bro, this Sparky is taking the most... If Sparky goes up and not down, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Bro, what? I'm so mad. These open walls are messing with me, man. They messed with me. Alright, we got one more shot, though. We need a Frost, and then we need a Rage second hit. Wasn't terrible, but we could have gone so much more, and we have defensive troops still alive. You can be champion 2 times in a row, and it's retirement afterwards. Yeah, I don't know how long you can survive an ear pulling. So hear me out. MMA players have advantage in that sport due to cauliflower ear. Don't think that's how that works. What do we do here? Can you Frost this and this? No. Man, these open walls were rough. We gotta start on the... Start on this multi-cannon. Go down. Rage probably towards the right. Hopefully we got enough. Yeah. Man, the peaks at Blue Skies have been horrible these past 2 weeks. We'll try our best. Sen Rages of mathematics, yeah. I am a math major, although ever since college, I've pretty much used none of my college math. My job has nothing to do with it, and the only value of me going to college is just having the degree so I could get the job. But I think that's kind of the experience for a lot of college students, right? Like, you don't actually learn anything useful. Really? We mistimed that. Wait, do we get the card kill? Oh my, yeah, okay, this is too much, this is too much. Yeah, this is too much. Hard base. It's not even a 750. I don't know what it is lately, but like, we don't even get 750s anymore. It's just straight fails. Battles is so sure that no women are watching. I haven't looked at my analytics lately, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure my audience is like 99% dudes. So he's statistically correct in his assessment. Just so you know. Alright, let's just hog this down. Don't you dare finish that with minors? Obviously not. I'm not that dumb. I'm dumb, but I'm not that dumb. You can have statistics of viewer genders too? Yeah, you get a lot of information. And the reason why YouTube collects that information is because of advertising, right? Because one of the big reasons Google is able to charge such high ad rates is because they have such personalized targeting ads. So not only can I see it, but YouTube usually sees it. So I can see where viewers are from, ages, and that's what I get to see. They probably know way more than I do, though. Anyways, yeah, Balloon Skies matchmaking, god-awful. Let's go to Sen 21. This is probably the week where Balloon Skies crashes down, falls from the skies. Oh, this is ugly. All right, we have to see how Golem does, but this probably doesn't end well. Let's see where Golem goes. Golem needs to go down. Good. See ya, SK. Have a good one. So far, so good. We pulled a zap with the barb. There might be another zap down below though, so let's check it out. No, they just moved that zap a little bit front forward. I really want to frost this Inferno Tower in the peak. But if I have to frost this first one that my Golem's approaching, then we'll do that too. Let's try to tank as much as we can. Very nice, very nice, very nice, Golem, very nice. We really needed that. If we kill both Infernos though, I think we're looking super solid. Wait. So we kill those Infernos. We're not gonna get the dragon unless some miracle happens. Let's see how my dragon passed. If we had one more barb, we had the dragon kill, but I don't think it's that important when we can just end on the dragon. It's probably fine. Just barb, kill some trash buildings. Ooh, gets a zap too. Okay. I think we're looking decent. Good luck on your exams, man. Lock in for those. Let's frost here, frost here. Man, all these air defenses are kind of toxic though. How much percent? We're at 43. Alright, you have to go double frost, golem. We might go double eye dragon. One for the air defense, one for the peak. I think that's a good idea. Maybe one hawk. Bunch of barbs. Let's try this. I think it makes sense to go frost on the air defense in case things go really wrong. Golem here. And then of course frost on all these defenses. Check for some traps. Barb chip down the blast bow. So the eye dragon actually wins against the air defense. Ooh, wait, there's also a Tesla that pops into that frost. That's great for me. Have to be careful that time though. We can afford to tank. Peek a little bit. We have a zap. Zap here. That'll give us the kill with the eye dragon. Hog right around the Tesla. Ran here for DPS. Open some walls too. Going very good. Very, very good. There's a bomb tower at the end. What's annoying is that there's like buildings that are getting skipped. So time is going to be a concern. But I think Hog Riders live, and that'll actually help with the cart. Never mind. I didn't want him to live anyways. That's totally fine. We got a barb chip this down. Let's do this. Golem has to survive and have enough time for the bomb tower. Run, Golem, run! 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 Alright, we got him. Nice. Yeah, these bases are so annoying, but sometimes Golem just works. It just, you never know sometimes with the big booty Golem. Let's see what they have for their next clan. These are a lot of defaults. Well, this one. So they moved a car from the middle. So you barrel here, 2 shots here. Ooh, this one's hard. We'll give it a shot. I think it's worth a try. I think you need 5 of those and a lot of rams. Alright, it's all about how well you can time the middle section. Spark will go to the air bombs after the cannon. Mistimed that ram, but that at least lets us one-shot the Wizard Tower. After one shot on the air bombs, I think we're supposed to go in with our barrel. Oh. Huh. Oh, seriously? We took a lot of damage there. Wait, if the Sparky splashes the cannon cart, that's actually pretty good. I mean, that went about as good as it could have for us. Tough. Think this was gonna be a 750 first of the stream, huh? Ouch. Man, this one was so close. Multi-cannon level 3, that's a killer though. Tomorrow's stream is 1 hour earlier, right. So I normally have to wake up at 6 a.m., but like now that we have to turn back the clocks, a full hour, it's gonna be more like 5 a.m. But I'm used to it. The main problem is my work schedule is so messed up. I have to get up at 4 a.m. and now it's gonna be 3 a.m. F my life. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, we got the 750. We got the 750. We got Shrek'd. We got Shrek'd. Yeah, I'll head over to your clans. That's the first 10 of this week. I'm actually so not stretched, but let's get locked in. This wasn't doable, and this one, I'm gonna pass. I can't work remote? Yeah, I can't. That was like one of the few changes that Doge did. They didn't save anyone any money. Got Elon Musk a bunch of contracts. And then called it a successful operation. And it works versus their voter base. Okay, let's do Sen 17, was it? Or 22? 22. 22, 19, 17. Let's go here, CH9, start right side. do this and then this. Probably Frost on the right side, a little bit greedy. Wait, Rams. Well, that does pull some traps. I was wanting to start Sparky on the right side. I thought Sparky could beat through these walls. I guess not, so we'll just improvise on the fly. I mean, it's fine to start Sparky on this giant cannon too. It's no big deal. Did not want to reach that first shot because I want Sparky to get this splash chain on the RA. But maybe we should have let Sparky actually splash the RA because now she's going to hit the peak and not really do much, huh? Yeah, it wasn't very smart. I guess we'll just live with that though. Wait, Sparky's totally going to kill this peak, isn't she? Wait. Sparky girl, you're doing a little too much, but I guess it's not a big wizard bomb anyways. I guess Sparky chose violence that day, huh? That works. Mod District, okay. How did I lose minions? Why is there only 4 here? Was there an air trap? Oh, I guess some of them probably split badly. If we can kill this air defense, actually. No. Oops. Well, we could have got the minions to live and kill some more defenses. That's fine. This one should be a wrap. Of course, quick go next. If you worked for Washington, D.C. instead of the feds, you could work remotely? What do you mean? I work at Washington, D.C. And how's the art coming along? Yeah, so we're gonna do an art stream today. I'm in the process of brainstorming more than drawing, but I can work on the first page, which is more of a backgrounds page of chapter 2. So here's the thing. Here's the thing with remote work, and they call it telework, but the thing with telework is that there is a big push by the current administration to get rid of it entirely because they think that there's some sort of value with everyone coming into office and then just working on their computers anyways, but pretty much every single executive agency, which is most of the governmental workforce, has to comply with that order. But how much people choose to comply varies by the agency or how strict that they're enforcing things. My organization is enforcing it really toughly. Like, they're a bunch of suck-ups. So our leadership is a bunch of cowards. Even though in all likelihood, this administration wouldn't really care of what we did. Isn't Washington, D.C. a self-governed city? It is. But most of like the agencies here, they're the federal government. And they're not really part of like the state governance, you know? Like there is like a DC mayor that handles just DC issues, but that's not what I work for. When is the next release? So here's the thing. for my series Amore, the first 2 chapters are pretty much all world building. Like the first chapter is giving some general information about the setting, as well as giving a broad overview of 2 of the characters. And then chapter 2 is more world building and developing the other 2 characters I mentioned in the first chapter, Arlene and Dante. So I don't really want to release 2 chapters where it's just exposition. So I'm thinking of maybe waiting for a big release. I don't know what you guys think, because here's the plan. The series gets really good at around chapter 4. Chapter 3 is where stuff starts happening. Chapter 4 is where big stuff happens. Ideally, I can get all the way to chapter 4-ish, or maybe even chapter 5, all in one release. But if you guys want to see like more incremental progress, I can do that too. Wish you would release faster, Sen. Yeah, I wish too. Eventually, I'm going to definitely have assistants, like hire people for backgrounds. If you read chapter 1, you know how terrible I am at backgrounds, which is a big problem for my working speed as well as how good it looks. So I'm learning how to do backgrounds right now. But long term, that's not sustainable. Like you can't be a one-man show doing backgrounds and releasing at a reasonable speed. No one does that. It's not humanly possible. Yeah, I'm going around right now. I think we have 17 and 19 for the peaks. Here's what I'll say though. Amore will be the biggest manga in about a year. Or maybe 5 years. We'll give ourselves some leeway. You don't know it now. But you guys are here before the bandwagon. You guys are here before the crypto boom. Alright, so this is default max. Default max. Why is that not balloon skies? $17 and then 19. Oh, 17 has been waiting for quite a bit, huh? Oh, they've been waiting for this. Maybe we try to kill the outside stuff and then Hey Sparky Rage. Gonna be a tough base to work with. I want to use a barrel and try to kill the raid cart and the other truce. I don't know if that's too cope though. What art program do you use? I never understood Photoshop. So I use just an app that draws, which is not very professional. I use a program called Metabang. Most people use Clip Studio because it has a lot of strong features for artists when it comes to digital art. I just never got into it. I probably want to get into Clip Studio because there is a lot of problems with the system I am currently using. And without going into too many technical details, it has like a lot of assets like backgrounds and paintbrushes, which are very good for doing backgrounds, as well as the ability to enlarge images. So if you're drawing stuff out of proportions, you can like adjust things a lot better on Clip Studio. There's a lot of little things that would make my life easier if I switched, but I'm the kind of person that once I start using something, I have so much inertia in trying to learn a new program. that I'm kind of just like, might as well just keep using what I'm using. I'm hoping there's no traps out here. Please, no traps. I gotta do this. That Tesla's nasty. At least we got 2 of them. At least giant cannons do about 0 damage, so Sparky's kind of just chilling. I guess this kind of worked out pretty well. We got the dragon kill, we get Sparky, still high HP. Wait, Sparky beat through the walls too, what the fudge? And then she goes that way, okay, great. Rage here, Giant's kind of swagged. If we get 1 shot on the giant cannon, it's kind of... It might be a wrap here, actually. Hold on. Ooh, not bad. Not bad at all. He says as he gets 7k first hit. The latest color one you sent was goated. Yeah, I'm really proud of that one. I'll show it at the end of stream, too. It looks so good, but... I put a lot of effort in my latest one because that's a really important scene in the manga. That's actually chapter 4, like I was talking about. Wait, no, is that chapter 4? It's like end of chapter 3, start of chapter 4-ish. That's the point I want to get to before my next release. Because I really, like I said, I don't want to release another exposition chapter. I think that's probably bad. And also, like... My first chapter was just a lot of dialogue, but the dialogue's also super important. So if I release stuff with months in between, people aren't going to remember the stuff from the first and second chapter. Am I a violent person? Violence is always the answer. So join us. Crops. Have I planned out the entire story till the finale? No, but I've planned out a lot of important key points in the series. I have a general idea of the first 6 chapters, which is the prologue, and I just have to write like the dialogue and the frames. But I've planned quite far ahead. Quite far ahead. Okay, let's see if we can frost all this. There's actually not any air defenses back here. Like, eye dragons kind of go crazy. I'll bring 2 of them. Do we want 2 of them? Or is that overkill? It's overkill. How many chapters do I estimate total? I actually don't know. Ideally, probably like 100 to 200. But once again, I have to figure out how I'm going to get faster at making the chapters. Because my working speed is a bit of a detriment right now. Spark chip. Oh shoot. Hog Rider the spear. Ouch. You didn't have to do that, man. Sparky, what are you doing? Bro, this is kind of getting spammy right now. I don't like this. Bar chip this down. That's a lot of damage. Oh, I mistimed that zap. That could be real bad. Oh, that could be real bad. Yeah, that cost me another shot. But let's see if the Eye Dragon can clutch out a little bit. Nice. Alright, I think we're still fine. Can't let a zap hit my Sparky though. Ram here. This would have been a real bad one to grief by Olsen. 1,000 chapters incoming. No, this is not like One Piece where I have infinite arcs I want to cover. I have very set targets with my series that I want to cover. This ain't gonna be like Rent a Girlfriend, where every single arc it feels like Kazuma's making progress in his life, and then by the end of the arc he goes back to cuck behavior. Bro, why is everyone getting defaults but Balloon Skies? Oh, come on. Oh, no. Everyone but us. Is this doable? I think it's a little too hard. Yeah, it's a bit too hard. If it was a low level, probably. Let's do Sen. By the way, is Rent a Girlfriend still going on? I forget. Who was the next thing I wanted to go to? Was it Sen 19? Or is it Sen 20? Is Rent a Girlfriend still kicking? And Kazuma's still simping for Mizuhara? Gotta be honest, I read like 100 chapters of that series and I realized it wasn't going anywhere, so I dropped it. Column left. Yeah, this is fine. Cute looking peak in Vic. I don't like the sound of that. How can a peak look cute? Let's drop this Frost here. I was too late on that barb. My bad. 2,000 damage my golem didn't need to take. The ultimate goal here would be to have the Eye Dragon kill the peak. But if Golem is going too far to the left, we can also use it for the enemy super. So the Eye Dragon has two purposes here, depending on where Golem goes. But of course there are a lot of air defenses around, so we have to wait a little bit and try to remove some of them first. So we'll See where Golem goes. Does he go straight to the peak, actually? Oh my goodness gracious. Well, guess we use that Eye Dragon to do 1,000 damage, because the Hog Riders get wrecked by the Tesla. Hog Riders do pull the Zap in the end. I was seeing if the Giant could pull another Zap. I think we're looking good. Golem just gets a couple more defenses. We can zap the Inferno Tower RA. Not bad. Just leave the dragon for the very end again. It's QTBH, not Toxic one this time. Alright, I'm trusting you here, Mr. Don Falcon. You better not be lying to me. Like everyone else does. So here we go with Barb's Kill on the left side. Yeah, I think that's the play. Golem there, this here. Let's try this. Golem here. Frost makes it easier to kill the dragon. As long as we don't get wrecked by the left Inferno. Okay. Golem avoids that for now. That's perfect. We can even use the Giant to tank for the Inferno, instead of a ram that we usually do. And I think we're looking great. Zap for the Inferno. Minions should clear a lot of the buildings on the left-hand side, which is why we did that in the first place. Barbs on the outside. Another Zap, because why not? And that should be a wrap. I don't know what it is with Golem. Sometimes he overkills weird bases, sometimes he has a horrible time. Golem's a troop that you kind of use when Sparky just doesn't work, because he can be a bit of a mixed bag. In this case, he worked really well. But there are absolutely times when he lets you down. GG. Five clans. The Revengers. I'm out of hits on this clan actually, but I'll still see what they have next. This better not be a broken clan. Otherwise I'm gonna be mad. Alright, I see how it is. I see how it is. I see how it is. Okay, so this is kind of an interesting peak though. It's level 10, but it's pretty chill. Split minions at the start. Supercell is just having us look at everyone else get defaults. That's how it is sometimes. You can either start with Sparky bottom side, or you can start Sparky top side. I kind of like Sparky top side because this stuff is way more annoying to try to kill on the second attack. And like this is kind of just a bunch of trash buildings, right? Blast Bow, you can actually donut this thing. Might just do that on the second hit. And then Rage Frost this. Dragon kills Balloon Skies, sure. Definitely an interesting base on this one. Give this a go. I don't think you can get the Rock Artillery and Blast Moon peak, and if you can, it's a hard frost I don't even want to try for. Let's just hit these three. The Bow Inferno Tower peak should be good enough. And we just want to kill the right side defenses with the Rage, and then on our second hit, we can bring a Rage to the peak, to Wizard Bomb, and then Graveyards on the Blast Bow. So we have mapped out our spells pretty well. Just use some more barbs to speed things up. Minions did a pretty good job. Just early Rage is totally fine here. Invert Tower is 1 HP, but we can let it get a shot. Zap lets me one-shot all these defenses. If we get that Inferno Tower, it's looking amazing. Do Barbs go for Rock Artillery? No, they don't. And Barbs won't do enough damage to the peak where I don't get the Wizard Bomb, so we can just let them do their thing. Should be a wrap. Am I actually supposed to go with... Nah, I don't really need to think this through, do I? Come on. Come on, Sen, you know this is free. Pre-moving in peaks. I mean, you have to do that. You have to plan ahead on peak. Otherwise, you'll get caught with your pants down. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna Graveyard this, Rage on the peak. Should be a wrap from here. Let's bring some extra Barbs and Rams for more flexibility. And maybe Minions for this card. Let's go. Do I know how to speak Chinese, Sen? I know kitchen Chinese. Like, I can listen to my mom speak in Chinese and then I respond in English. and I know some basic household utensils and everyday stuff, but I don't know how to speak well enough in a conversation where I could talk to like a native, you know, and have an intelligent conversation. My Chinese conversational skills are probably on the level of maybe like a 5-year-old, unironically. Still better than the average American, okay? The average American cannot speak any other language besides American. Not even cuss words? I know some cuss words. But I probably would be pronouncing them wrong because I don't use cuss words against my parents often. Like that's not something I normally do. So when you lose your makeup video, we can use that video for good. You know, I'm not the kind of person that overshares everything. I know like a lot of YouTubers, they'll make a big video if they have like a wedding or something or whatnot, but I'm the kind of person that's like, if I have a big life event, like a graduation or something like that, I either do it on my own or at the very least I don't bother anyone else. W Corpsey. Why am I getting bullied in my own domain? This doesn't make sense. Wait, there's air traps here? Oh, hell no. It's like in JJK, if Gojo were weaker in his infinity domain, you know, like that doesn't make sense. Why am I getting bullied in my own stream chat? This is where I should be the strongest. You all should be cowering to my aura. Our match got canceled. Let's see what they got here. That looks playable. We can try some of these actually. Is this one doable? I don't know. We'll see how we're feeling after Builder's Workshop. Because this one looks like the most doable of them. Let's do this. What are your roots? No offense, Japanese or Chinese? I'm Chinese. So both my parents are Chinese, and they immigrated from China in like the 90s. Okay, so a little bit of backstory. China underwent their Cultural Revolution, which was basically communism, in around the 1960s, 1970s. And at the time, China was extremely poor. Like, China was basically a third world country. At the time, the only way you can move up when it came to social mobility and wealth was through school. So China has and always has been very meritocratic in that in the US, an exam like the SAT, it doesn't matter at all, right? Like, colleges basically don't even look at your SAT scores anymore, but China always has looked at your test scores from what's called the Gaokao. And the thing with that is if you did well, you could get into college, and not everyone could go to college. Like only a very small percentage of people at the time could go to college, and then the rest would be farm workers. So both my parents did very well on the test. They were able to basically get out and go to college, get a degree, yada yada. Once you got a degree in China, you were good. Like you were doing better than pretty much everyone else. You had tons of job offers, and you didn't have to work at the farms. But because China was extremely poor, there really weren't great opportunities, even if you were educated. So like the dream in China at the time was you had to emigrate. And what I mean by that is every country's immigration policies is terrible. Like if you've ever tried to immigrate to another country, you would know what I'm talking about. It's such a hassle when it comes to all the different immigration statuses, as well as just trying to get someone to sponsor you to go. And what that meant was that if someone, say you're a PhD in China, and someone from France, which is what happened to my mom, someone from France was willing to sponsor you to go to France and do research over in France, that was like the ultimate symbol of your merit. Because if someone was willing to go out of their way and go through a shitty immigration process just to get you to research in their country, in China, that meant you are like the cream of the crop. So if you emigrated away from China as a academic, that opened up so many doors. Even if you came back to China, people would give you a faculty position at the university, a great job, government job. Like that was the dream. Everyone wanted to get out of China at that time. Like even if you didn't want to permanently leave the country, leaving the country for like a couple years just to study elsewhere, that was so good for your career. So that's what my parents ended up doing, and they ended up not going back to China after all those years. But like now, of course, China is like basically like the second world power, so the quality of life is a lot better than it used to be. Wait, crap, I ran out of time. I wasn't paying attention. No! No! I thought I was good. My mom's a researcher. Yeah, she's a chemist. I don't know her exact field. Let me do some push-ups real fast. Fudge! No! So my mom is in a field where she researches like a very specific thing, and when you're a PhD, you have to imagine there's not many PhDs in the world, and there's very few PhDs who are in your very specific niche. So basically all the PhDs in your niche, my mom works in it's something to do with your eyes, like optics and chemistry. Basically they all know each other from around the world because they publish stuff. And they can view each other's works. So my mom got invited to France and then to the US, where I am now. That's what you get for bragging about your mom's qualifications. Fudge! Damn it. I thought I was good. Alright, this one's probably not possible though. Oh no. Let's try Sun 20. Oh wait, this is Sun 20. Let's try Blue Skies then. But yeah, that's how I ended up in the US. Pretty much everyone at that time in China wanted to leave the country. Because no matter what your end goal was, just leaving the country for a couple of years was always going to be good for you. Let's do art. Oh yeah, I think we've been going on for long enough. I can do this off stream. Maybe we do Sun 21 before and do a little bit of art. Found out about your channel a week ago and getting into clean capital tips for non-default layouts don't have Sparky. For non-default layouts, if you mean to like two-shot them and you don't have Sparky, if you have Graveyard Hog Spam's really good, and then before CH8, Rocket Balloons is the play. Rocket Balloon Zap, the OG attack. I have 3 hits, so let's finish this one. They moved the card, which is interesting, but it should be fine. Let's do this. 3. Let's try to do a Wizard Bomb, first step. And then this. CCP wants to know your location. That's kind of common knowledge. Now the thing with China is that there's like some things that you are not allowed to say, even if they're common knowledge, so they probably wouldn't want me to say that everyone wanted to leave. But you can ask people who are, you know, around 50 in China. They'll all tell you at around the 1990s, China experienced a really bad, what's called a brain drain, because all of the people who went to college and had degrees, they were all trying to get out. It wasn't a matter of patriotism or how much you love China, whether or not you stayed. It was literally because it was the best path to career progression at the time. Let's for H here. Oh no. That's no bueno. Well, we got the Wizard Bomb, but at what cost? One more shot from Sparky? Okay. Do we get the dragon? If we get the dragon kill, it's pretty good. Mortar kills my wizard is not a big deal. All depends on that dragon kill. Some Indians moving to China? Yeah, now it's kind of the reverse. So because for the longest time, China was having people leave the country due to a lack of opportunities, China was really mad. Because if you think about it, there weren't many people who were given the opportunities to even go to college. And then all those people just went to other countries because that was better for them career-wise. So for the longest time, the Chinese Communist Party, they were so mad. They were so mad at this happening. And now they're kind of doing the reverse, where they're trying to basically bribe people from other countries to come in to research for them, because China's strategy is basically to get ahead when it comes to knowledge and know-how, as well as manufacturing. So China is a lot more built for long-term planning when it comes to their regime, because in the US, it's all about short-term gains and trying to win the next election cycle. So everything we do as a country is very short-term, but China is willing to subsidize new industries when it comes to manufacturing, as well as pay people to just build in their country when it comes to research and development. Which is why the US is kind of getting killed on that right now. What's more expensive, US or China? US is way more expensive to live in China. Actually, it depends. So, culturally, China and the US are very different. And I know that sounds obvious, but it's different in very weird ways. So one of the ways it's different is the way housing prices work. So in China, it's all about getting your kids educated, the gaokao and studying, all that stuff. It's kind of like other Asian countries that value education. Let me think 1 second. We have to do probably Hawk Rider there. Let's do archers and then this. And so in big cities like Beijing, for a lot of reasons, it's much better to have your kids go to Beijing for studying. And so housing prices are astronomical in Beijing. It's like not comparable to the US. I think the average apartment in Beijing is like, I think it's like 1.7 million USD or something like that. It's not even California doesn't have those prices, let me tell you. But overall, like the cost of living is lower than the US because China has a weaker yuan, which is their currency. But when it comes to consumer spending, like China is a lot more superstitious in some ways than the US. Like they'll buy stuff and pay a huge premium just because they think a product will give their kids a luck-based edge in school, stuff like that. India is the same too, but even worse than US. Does India have like some really expensive houses? Because I saw this stat in China. Basically, the top schools in China, they are Tsinghua University and Beijing University. Those two, if you go to them, you can usually graduate with a 150K USD salary job. But even if you get those top jobs coming out of college from a top university, you are never gonna be able to afford a house in Beijing because it costs like 15 years of savings if you live like a Buddhist or like a, what are those called in the US? They're called the Mormons. If you live like a Mormon, completely off the grid with no resources, you can afford those after like 10 years of down payment. But yeah, those housing prices are just growing higher and higher, and no one is able to afford anything in Beijing anymore besides people who are already established and wealthy. Not expensive houses though, but every public service is shit basically. Okay, that's way different. That's different from China. I can see how that's the same as the US. The US has shit public services because we don't invest any of our tax money into it. I don't think India's the same. It probably suffers from different problems. Like the US values having cars for some reason. It's super annoying in the big cities where you don't have good public transport and all the streets are completely blocked with traffic. Alright, I think we can call this the raid weekend stream though. Let's head over to the art. But yeah, I wanted to show off what I've been working on. So I worked on a piece during the weekend that turned out really good from chapter 4. So this is later on to the series when things actually start happening. But this is going to be like part 4 of the prologue. I want to get here before I do the next big release of my manga. And right now on stream, we can head over and do a little bit of chapter 2 though. In some areas it's expensive in India, but housing is kind of affordable in most areas, I see. So this is chapter 2, and for the first page of chapter 2, if you remember from chapter 1, Noelle is leaving the restaurant. And now for chapter 2, I'm trying to do like a wide shot of like the setting, like a marketplace where she's walking around as she's leaving towards Dante's and Arlene's house. So this is going to be a full color page. I'm kind of working on some of the full color pages because they're fun to work on first. But let's actually color Noelle. I still have to probably draw in a bunch of the backgrounds. Like I said, I'm pretty bad at backgrounds, but that is something I'm trying to learn. But we can actually color Noelle for now. Let's pull some of these colors here. I have a reference photo for her color palette. And let's get rid of this. And let's start coloring stuff in. Your city? Yeah. So my setting is going to be like more in the 1900s. So it's going to be like a simple background from that time period, and we actually have to fill in some lines so the paint tool actually, or the paint tool works. Let's do this. Wait, this is, now I see the problem. This should be below. Yeah, that's better. First, you just do the base layer where you color everything in. Get the base tone. Paint tool is a godsend when it comes to digital art. Let's pull the pants. Grab the skin tone. Damn it. This. The neck. Son, when will I drop the diss track that I mentioned? Who am I dissing? Did I say I was gonna diss someone? I can't rap for shit, so that's probably not something I want to enter into. Darn it. Darn it. Okay, and then hair color. I'll try to get done this page this weekend, but this is actually quite a pretty involved page. Actually, what is the backpack color I wanted to do? I referenced my own backpack, but you can see like this is supposed to be a backpack, but I don't know yet. Let's just color everything else. So after you use the paintbrush tool, you can start, wait, there's a little bit of a neck piece here that I didn't color in the other one. But then you have to start filling in some gaps that the paint tool doesn't cover, like this. This. You need to start beef with someone to get more eyes on the CC community. What, should I start shit with Asher from the builder base community so I can start siphoning viewers from over there? Has there ever been any high profile beefs in the Clash of Clans community? I know that there was some drama with regards to Eric Onehive and the Time to Clash dude back in the day. Like, they were people who covered esports and then they got wiped off the internet because I think they were criticizing some, like, the frat boy culture over at Supercell HQ, and then like all the guys were with one girl, and I'm not trying to get banned myself, but that's the only time I've ever heard of wild Clash of Clans drama. Or am I mistaken? And then we have to figure out where we want to do the light source. So I'm thinking we can do light source towards just the front side's probably fine, so we can highlight some of the edges. I don't know why that colored that full thing, but that's because of this. Son, do you get Supercell Creator perks? I probably could if I were more involved in the community. I'll be honest here, I haven't logged on to my Supercell account in like a year now. I never go on that thing. I'm like their most inactive creator in the program. I probably shouldn't say that out loud. Alright, now let's do some shading layers. So my shading's pretty simple. We just do 3 layers. We do a base, we do a dark, and then we do some lights. We don't overcomplicate things here over at the More manga. There's gonna be some shading underneath the fingers. Does the code still make money? I haven't checked. It probably does, but not very much. Like, I know a couple people use it from the Discord. I've been wondering, Battles. I see a lot of times where he posts like blank messages. Is that intentional, or are you getting censored? Let's actually have the light source coming more from the right side, so we can do more shadows on the left. Well, I guess this is her. I guess the left is her right, but I call it left and right based off of what I see. Underneath the arm is gonna be a little bit. Do that, and then we can do something with the collar. I never know what to do with this collar, but we just throw some darker brown here. Do some weird geometric shapes and hope it looks all right. You can do some shades underneath the hairs. And in the back here. My shading process is not very clinical, but as long as it looks okay, gets the job done. We'll call it a day. So now let's do the shade for the jeans. Crops was here. Yeah, you just missed him, Battles. You just missed him. Those are invisible emojis, Sen. Oh, it's probably my interface. Are they like dark emojis? Because my background is dark, so I probably can't see But yeah, today we're just gonna do Noelle's shading for this panel. Like the idea with this page is she's gonna be looking out towards the right, and the right's gonna be like the setting widespread. We also do some hatching for some texture, like the chain threads. That's ugly. Hold on. Something like this. And let's get the skin shade color here. They are invisible, like it's emoji but don't have color. Huh. I see. Take care, Jay Gary. See everyone later. I'm just gonna quickly finish up over here. And then tomorrow we have an early stream because daylight savings time in the US is gonna put us back or forward an hour. I don't even know which one. I just know I have to get up an hour earlier now. And it sucks. Do that. Shade here. And then underneath the hair. And it doesn't have to be fully. Something like that, and then hair. Probably the whole ponytail is dark, but it's fine. Just do this. Dark here. And this. Why are her legs like that? I was trying to do it that she was moving, but we can fix that afterwards if it looks bad in the end. Thought it looked okay. And then usually I do a light layer. So her skin color is kind of whack. So let's first fix this. Because the paint tool also colors the eye. And the color above the eye. Let's do more closer to the hair color. Just wondering. Yeah, I think the right leg should probably be a little bit further out, but we'll see. I was working off of a reference. See you, 02. I'll quickly do some light sections and then head out. I also usually have like a mint hairband that I didn't color in. Sure, I got that. Actually, that should be good. Stream is dying. Yeah, the end is just a chill art session. Most people are just here for the raid weekend, though. But my goal this year was to do more art and try to get my series really going either the end of this year or the start of next. So I'm pushing myself. What's the highest total number of viewers in one session? Back in the day, when I didn't stream very often, I think I hit 1K once. But like, if you guys remember, if anyone was there back in the day, my streams never worked. So I would have a ton of viewers and then the stream would poof. I don't know if that was like the fact I had too many viewers for my internet to handle, but... Back in the day, Clan Capital was poppin'. Do this. Send 20 off 500 to 600. It wasn't that high. I think it was closer to like 200. The Centaurny. But that was also just after a Clan Capital update. We haven't had a Clan Capital update in over 2 years now, right? If I'm mistaken. Goblin Mines was 2 years ago. So yeah, we lost a lot of people over the years. But don't worry, after the Sen manga releases, the community will be bigger than ever. You have my word. Imore is going to be the biggest manga of all time. Mark my words. Just do that. That. And then we can do... Why is Battles only typing in cryptic emotes. How do I participate in the tournament? I don't think there's a tournament anytime soon, unless the 2v2 one or whatever is getting planned out right now, as we speak. But there's ELO on the Clan Capital server, and then there's like a tournament every couple months for Clan Capital, where all the best players come into play. Alright, lastly, let's get some highlights on the eyes. And then we'll probably fix up like the legs after the stream, but this is good enough. Some of the highlights might be a little bit too much as well, but good enough. This is basically my coloring process. There's a different type of tournament, an amazing type, never been done before. Yeah. So yeah, the Discord's in the description. That's where all the competitive Clan Capital stuff goes on. Also, you can find a lot of resources to learn how to do one-shots. And yeah, is my chat 10 minutes behind? I think there's a big delay. And I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. EST. Daylight savings time kicks in, so it'll actually be an hour earlier than normal. And I hope to see you guys there. Thank you for coming out today. Take care, everyone.